Hello, Podskis, and welcome to another episode of my podcast. The Red Notes is a podcast of a young woman in her 30s still trying to unbox the life box. Let's talk about all the bitter and sweet, what makes life life. Relationships, work, entertainment, fashion, and my love for French fries. Hey, Podskis, long time no see, huh? Or should I say, long time no hear? I know that I've been absent for quite a long time now, and many of you were constantly asking me when the new episode is coming out. But I'm finally here for all the good and the bad reasons in bold and capital letters. And since this podcast is based and inspired from true events and stories, I'm back now with a new story to share with you guys. Have you ever asked yourself once in a while, how and why life can be so unpredictable? How can your life change completely and never be the same again after that one particular sudden event, be it in a good or a bad way? Or even if your life comes back to what it was before, you realize that you're not the same person again, that your perception of your life and life in general has completely changed. Being a woman in my 30s, I've been through a lot of ups and downs in life. I went through a lot of extreme feelings of joy, sadness, not being okay, being loved and overwhelmed, being let down, disappointed, etc., etc. And I can proudly say and affirm that each and every situation has made me the strong and the one-woman army I am today. And all that I've been through so far, be it good or bad, has changed my perception of the people around me, their real importance in my life, and of life in different ways. But have I ever thought that I'll one day get in the ring and face death for a few minutes? Never. I've never thought that a car accident would happen to me. Never could imagine how it feels to encounter such a terrible situation. What kind of feelings and thoughts would cross your mind at the exact time of having a car accident? And I've been through it all last week, and I must say that it's been a turning point in my life. Thankfully, no major physical damages are to be mentioned, but it's all in my head. Whenever I try to remember how I could easily die in just a few seconds, how previous giggles and laughter and singing voices just turned out into screaming and crying in just a few seconds, I could really have died. Until now, I still fail to realize that I was only a few steps close to death, but thank God I didn't. My point from telling you this, guys, is that no matter how hard you plan for things to do this and that, only God's plan will work. And that one particular moment of the accident, I just realized that life is so effing short, way shorter than we can even imagine. It can end in a finger snap, literally. You may plan, for example, to go out for a drive, and for some unknown reason you are 100% sure that you will be back home to your family after 2 or 3 hours because that's your plan. But it's not the case, my friends. It's really not. God may definitely have planned something else for you, good or bad, but definitely something you couldn't foresee. I'm sure that people all over the world do have different ways of handling and digesting such shocks and traumas. Some do react on the spot, some after realizing that their life has been magically saved, and some others, like me, take their time to feel it all, to process all the feelings, analyze the situation, and even come out with conclusions. I always try to come up with a lesson from every situation I may face. I always try to look at the bright side of the story and tell myself that the worst could happen, but it didn't, and I should consider myself lucky and be grateful for that. I've always been someone who's always overthinking and worrying about the future. The unknown scares me in every possible way. I've always tried my best to protect myself from every potential situation or problem by planning and planning and planning for the smallest detail in order to have control on the whole situation, since I am a control freak. This can be good in a way, but after the accident, I've realized that while keeping my full focus on the future, I am terribly missing what's called living the moment. I can hardly remember when I really enjoyed being in the moment like 100%. Future plans are always haunting me in every situation. In family or friends gathering, for example, even though I am having a great time, I keep thinking about what I have to do tomorrow or simply about what time I should leave so I can get home on time. Or, for example, when I am abroad and having fun discovering a new destination, I am always distracted by the thought of how things will get boring again by the end of the vacay, even at the very beginning of it, etc., etc., etc. And all this deprived me from cherishing and making the most of the present moments. But enough now. The wake up call that I had recently made me realize, and all the people like me out there should also do the same, that it's great to have future plans and try to take life under control, but this obsession with the future must stop. Let's try and cherish each and every moment in the present, the smallest details, the simplest things in life, even the most ridiculous and the funniest ones. I don't know, but I am extremely convinced now that there's no point of delaying anything for tomorrow, and there's no point of making many plans and still worry about the future while we do know very well that only God's plan will work and for sure for our favor, even though some situations may feel too hard to swallow, but surely that happened for all the good reasons. So let's try this, guys. Don't think twice before kissing and hugging your loved ones while leaving the house, thinking that I may do that later. Don't hesitate to say sorry for someone you did wrong and wait for time to heal all the wounds, because time can simply stop at any time. Just hide that mobile somewhere and try to see and feel how freaking good it is to spend a few hours with your friends and family, enjoying yummy food, laughing crazily, and talking nonsense. You may take pictures and post them later, or you may simply not if you really want to be fully immersed in the moment. Just dance uncontrollably to your favorite song and put it out loud and start singing in the worst possible way. Enjoy your favorite moment of the day, be it sunset or sunrise, or even lay down and admire the moon and the stars. Believe me, life is too precious and a sacred gift from God that we should be grateful for each and every moment in our lives. So just take a deep breath. You're alive. I guess this is it for this episode, guys. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I'll be eagerly waiting for your comments and feedback as usual. The Red Notes is available on Spotify, YouTube, Apple and Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Public Radio app. Of course, keep following the latest updates on Instagram at The Red Notes. Till next time, take care and bye-bye. Stay tuned.